Yeah, we just give me a second here, and we'll have a little story time. We'll talk a little bit about getting this stream set up. Oh boy! Oh man, so what? I really don't. Okay, I don't know what's happening there. Let me try. Okay. Are we good? Are we in it now? Oh man, you guys know how much I love dealing with technological issues. Woo! We're having a good morning, you know what I mean? Oh yeah. Woo! Yeah, the den of frustration for sure. I gotta be honest, this one is just, they're inventing new ways. They're inventing new ways for this shit to go wrong. Okay? So, I was trying to, before the stream, I was trying to fix the problem with the black screen, which I'm gonna say we fixed. At this point, expect the unexpected, so who knows? I haven't seen it like black screen out on me yet, so but who knows. So I'm like trying to fix that, right? Guys, literally, I did nothing to Streamlabs. I didn't tinker with anything on the computer. I was unplugging cords. I unplugged my cam link cord and was unplugging this cord and then like put it back. That is literally all I did. I didn't do anything to this computer. Not one thing was changed. And yet, I go live. It's doing the multi-stream stuff, right? So it's like, a green circle, like, oh, this shit was good. Hey, oh, this shit was good. Hey, yo, this shit was good. And then it gets to the end and it's like, bam! Red X failed to populate the multi-stream server. And I shit you not, it says failed to populate the multi-stream server. If this problem persists, you could just stream to one thing. Thanks. That's really useful. That's fantastic. So apparently, as I was trying to fix it, and by fix it I mean grunt at it and just try it again. It was just populating new streams. It got to the point where there were like 3 streams all at one time. And then it said that I was still streaming, but it wasn't streaming, but we weren't streaming. So anyway, frustrating start to the stream, but you know what? We're here now and we're going to figure it out. So, on today's show, look, it's going to be a short one. Supposed to be a short one. 20 minutes late. But yeah, so we just got a couple of things to go over, guys. I'm actually kind of struggle busting with a headache right now, so I want to get this thing handled, talk about some of this news, crack a few jokes, have a few laughs, ha 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 ha, and then I'm gonna take some migraine medicine and go back to bed. But we have to talk about, of course, Millie being cast as Supergirl. I think it's freaking fantastic. So we'll kind of get into that, talk about the fan reaction and the hopes for what's going on with the DCU. We haven't really talked about the DCU a lot. They're building it over there. There's some rumors here and there, cool things being said, but we don't really have a lot of information. This was one of the first kind of, I guess, bigger, actually confirmed things going on for the DCU. And that's the casting of Supergirl. I think it's pretty cool. So I want to dig into that a little bit, talk about that. We also have a date for relative date for X-Men 97, which is pretty cool. Matthew Vaughn talking about Deadpool 3 saving the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Kind of wanted to touch on that. And then we had a kind of a funny story about Dakota Johnson and her leaving her agency a week after the trailer for Madam Web came out. Which was, I mean, we got to talk about that shit. That is kind of funny, man. That's wild. And a lot of people have been speculating about why that happened, what it means, and well, I mean, you know, Madam Web, Madame Web is a coming. And yeah, so we'll kind of get into that a little bit. But also, guys, there's gonna be some fun stuff. We're gonna do the $200 GameStop gift card giveaway later in today's stream. I figured out how to get all the new Twitch people and the members from YouTube all on the same page over there, and I really appreciate it. We have a lot of support over on Twitch too. We've got 163 subscribers. That's crazy. You know what I mean? That's super cool. So really appreciate the support. Of course, we're trying to give a lot of value to the people that are members. We've been doing streams every Tuesday night, and this year the streams have been particularly good. We took most of January, and we sort of broke down the Jack Kirby Stan Lee thing, which was fascinating streams, deep diving on all of that sort of stuff. Last night, we had our comic book club, where we broke down the beginning of Jonathan Hickman's Fantastic Four run, issues 570 to issue 578. I thought it was a great stream. I had a lot of fun talking to you guys. Some of you guys brought up some really cool points, some really cool kind of parallels between that work and other works, some things that you liked, some things that you didn't. I think maybe the funniest thing that happened last night on the stream was I was asking Chad about if us reading through the Hickman Fantastic Four stuff made us more or less hyped for Pedro as Reed. And I didn't know what the reaction was going to be like, but it was almost universally, no, this makes me even more angry that Pedro is Reed. And I can see Pedro as Reed even less now, and just like over and over again, like literally, like the whole chat was basically like, nah, man, this is more bullshit than ever, which was really fun. And there's people asking me, is there a chance that maybe he's not? Is there? It's like, no, I don't really think so. Like, I'm pretty sure he's locked and loaded, man. And according to Campia, we're gonna get an announcement about that officially next week, right? So, yeah, I say all that to say these streams, the Nerd Avengers streams, have been freaking awesome. We figured out a way to get them available for the Twitch subs as well. So we really appreciate all the support we've been getting. And of course, even if you're a member here and you have the free Twitch Prime sub, you can become a sub over on Twitch at no additional cost to you, and you get an extra entry to win the GameStop gift card. Also helps to support the channel, and yeah, so it's been awesome, and I really appreciate that. So we're gonna draw for that later today, and yeah, we'll see who's gonna get that. You know what's crazy too? We're doing another drawing on Friday, so another $200 GameStop gift card on Friday, and I will do that towards the end of the stream on Friday, because I have to remind all the people that subbed, because that sub's going to go away starting tomorrow. So if you're a Twitch Prime sub, I guess you have to manually sign back up again. And I'm going to go over there and try to make sure you guys get all like the membership badges and the emotes and all that sort of cool stuff. So you'll have to re-sign up either tomorrow on Friday or on Friday, but then you'll get another shot at the $200 GameStop gift card. So it's going to be cool. Hell yeah. What if Killian was Reed Richards? I mean, Killian Murphy. I can't really see Killian as Reed Richards either. The Geek Supreme says, I'm going to win this one today. Someone else can have the Friday one. Oh, shit. I like the confidence. Campia is a clown? I don't know. I don't know if I would say Campia is a clown. I definitely clown on Campia a lot, but, he's an OG, and I still think he has, like, some sources and whatnot. But then again, flipping the bird. I don't really follow the dude. I'm not really watching his content, so I don't know. Did he do something extra clowny recently? Am I out of touch? Am I missing it? You know, I don't really know. Did you see Deadpool's dick? John Campea, probably. Hey, what? That's not nice, guys. Prime subs don't renew automatically. Yes. Isn't that weird? Did they used to, or when did that stop? Toby's bulge. Ah, be nice, chat. You know, we're just trying to enjoy a nice Wednesday morning. Never? Really? Damn, okay. Yeah. For some reason, I thought they did. Maybe not. Maybe that person I thought I was giving money to this whole time I wasn't. Oh, damn. I feel like he has out-of-touch takes, but his show often features RBM, and I like his takes. Bro, a lot of people really like Robert Meyer Burnett. I like Robert Meyer Burnett, man, you know? I haven't been watching a lot of his stuff recently either, but I hear that a lot. I hear that people really like RBM, and they really like RBM's takes, you know, which is cool. You know, good for him. Good for him. He likes getting that old grumpy man status. I mean, I can kind of relate, though. I'm practically grumpy old man myself. I really do feel it coming in, man. I really do feel it. You get a little older and it's like, oh, this goddamn chat, you know? You come for RBM? Yeah, that's cool. Good for him. Can Campea take my anatomy test for me? I really don't want to do it. Bro, the internet is kind of a ruthless place, you know? And it's funny because I definitely partake on both sides of it. And what I mean is, like, look, I do, you know, I stream a lot. I generally really enjoy streaming. It's a fun, it's a crazy job. It's a crazy job. It's really fun. But you guys are ruthless and brutal, and you know, it's like Internet Thunderdome. But I get it because I'm on the other side too, where I'll get in other people's chat, and there's just this urge to be just as toxic and as provocative as possible. Like so as an example, right? I really like Tim the Tatman, you know, and I like his content. I like just what he stands for. It was cool to watch him on the come up. Like, I really, really like Tim, right? A lot of respect for Tim just as a person and also a content creator, right? But every time I get in Tim's chat, I just want to be like, how's the dent in your fucking head, fatty? Fall damage. Like, literally, it's just, like, I just feel the urge to just kind of word vomit in his chat and just be, like, as toxic and shitty as possible. You know? So, like, I truly get it. I truly get it from both sides and both perspectives. You know what I mean? But also, you guys are horrible, and you need to be nicer. Don't do as I do, do as I say. You know? It was funny seeing you get triggered to his Ahsoka takes. Yeah, for sure, man. We didn't really watch too much of him in his Ahsoka takes, but yeah. You know, Ahsoka was an interesting time, man. I kind of had the blinders on. You know, look, I'll admit this right here for you guys, but don't spread this shit around, you know what I mean? No clips on this part. Do you hear me, Brady? No clips on this part. Yeah, so Ahsoka was interesting. I kind of had my blinders on. I was having so much fun with Ahsoka, and I felt so validated by a lot of the things that were going on in Ahsoka, and, you know, things that I had predicted and wished for, etc. That, like, you know, some people were just giving, you know, what is probably just good critiques and actual criticism of the show. And, like, like, on social media, I would basically be like, you know, some people are awesome and some people are shitty. And the people that are awesome are the people that like Ahsoka, and everyone else is shitty. And then, it would get so many impressions, and, like, people would just, like the shit out of it because that's how the Internet Thunderdome works. And I'm sure a lot of people were just like, God damn it, Josh, you know? Like, why are you... you know? Hey, look, that's what it is, you know? Now, a little bit removed from Ahsoka, I can appreciate a lot of the criticism and the critiques, and that the show definitely had its flaws. You know what I mean? Definitely had its flaws. So, hopefully the next one can be better. I still think the good outweighs the bad with Ahsoka, and I mean, look at a lot of the other stuff that we've gotten. Like, if you really think Ahsoka is on the level of, like, what you get in Kenobi and the Book of Boba Fett. Like, I think that's an uncharitable take. You know what I mean? So bad I want Dave out? Agent Llama, no! No! It can't be Agent Llama. I still think the good outweighs the bad. The honest trailers of Ahsoka was spot on. Did we watch that together? I think we did. I'm pretty sure we did. You know the one show people grab to, though, Josh? If you say, you better be very careful with what you say next. You better be very careful with what comes out of your fucking mouth next. Ahsoka was every bit as bad as Kenobi. No! No! There's no way. There's no way it's that bad. I will say this, though. The one thing that I keep coming back to with Ahsoka is just how bad the ending was. Like, those last two episodes were like, what? And when Sabine just yeeted our boy. It's like, that shit's crazy. She's literally like, I just got this force thing. I'm a pro, bro. Shut up and jump off of this cliff. And he's kind of like, but, you know, look, you just got the force. Let's not get crazy. This is like 200 feet. That's like a mile down. I'll die. And she's like, just jump, you fucking pussy. You know? Like, yeah. That one's kind of tough. That one is kind of tough for me. You know? Like, how did that happen? It would have been kind of funny if he died. You know? He just like a Wilhelm scream and then smashes into the ground. And then Sabina's just left, standing there and just being like, damn, maybe I didn't have it all figured out immediately upon gaining access to the Force. Shit. You know? That's kind of, that's just kind of a, how about that for a what if? That could be really interesting. You know, and then what kind of darkness would envelop her at that point, you know? So, I don't know, man. I kind of say... Does anybody remember what I give Ahsoka? I think I gave it a 7 out of 10 overall, right? I think I give it a 7 out of 10. And I would stand by a 7 out of 10. You know? But it's not a 7 out of 10. Like, here's the thing about it. It's not like it was like 7 out of 10, 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 6 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 6 out, you know what I mean? Like, that's not how it went. It was more like 5 out of 10, 4 out of 10, 6 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 4 out of 10, 3 out of 10. Do you know what I mean? Like, it had real highs and real lows. And the sort of average is 7 out of 10 for me. But I still think it's, some of the best stuff that we've gotten over the past couple of years. And also, I think the vision is really strong. I think there's some things that need recalibrated there, but the vision's really strong. Thrawn needs to be way better. That's kind of almost it. If Thrawn is just way better, because it's not like we're going to diminish the Force in Sabine now, hopefully that's explored with some nuance. But it's really just more about Thrawn. Like, Thrawn just has to be super badass and dark, and whatever they're doing with the Dathomir, caskets or whatever those are, needs to be freaking awesome and dark. And, yeah. That's what I think. Anyway, how do we even get here? We started off with some of you guys talking crap about John Campea, and we ended up talking about Ahsoka and how it wasn't that great. So, That's how we're doing. That's what's going on. That's how we're doing today, and that's what's going on. Oh my God, I need to delete these things on Twitter. They were also popping up on Twitter. Holy shit! Yeah, the multi-stream thing really had us there, huh? Okay, chat. I want to start off. I think it's important that we start off on a lighter note as far as the news and information today. And I kind of wanted to talk about this because it's really fascinating and it's starting to be spread around. And Madam Web is of course the next Marvel movie that's coming out. It's tracking pretty low. 25 to 40, I guess. Really, really funny memes and a lot of people having fun at the expense of the Madam Web movie. Okay. And this little bit here was pretty interesting. Dakota Johnson, the star the star of the Madam Web movie, left her talent agency, WME, for CAA only a week after the trailer for Madam Web released. The decision raised industry eyebrows. Okay. So first thing that we want to get here is the chat reaction. What do you guys think is going on here? How do you think all of that played out? Because of course, the sort of meme here and the joke is that she either looked at the trailer, which, dude, I gotta tell you, that first trailer was rough, bro. You guys remember the first Madam Web trailer? Like, bro, it was rough, bro. Like my mom, the Amazon, studying spiders. Like, holy, like, oof, that's a rough one. It didn't look good. You know what I mean? Far worse than I had expected it to look, actually, because I mean, the idea of like a Terminator kind of Spider-Man thing and the Web of Life and Destiny, even Madam Web herself. And look, these are attractive ladies, these are movie stars. Could have been really cool. And just the way that it was put together in that trailer was pretty awful. So it's possible that she just saw the trailer and was like, yo, what? And, like backed off of it. But my conspiracy theory here, and I think a lot of people are kind of on this train, I even heard Aaliyah actually had mentioned that Casey Walsh had said this on Twitter as well, which is kind of funny. The other kind of conspiracy here is that she looked at the backlash and maybe didn't understand it and started to like look into it a little bit more and was kind of told that this is a Sony Spider-Man movie. This is not the MCU, right? So she maybe looked out there and saw all this stuff of like Sony gonna Sony, or like this is why we can't trust Sony and all this stuff. And she's like, wait a minute, I thought this was a Marvel movie. I thought people loved Marvel. What is happening? Why is this happening? And then maybe she finally understood that like Sony kind of hoodwinked her. Now, I don't know that for sure, but if I'm being honest, it kind of would make sense. I mean, I wonder sometimes, does like Sony approach these people and just be like, hey man, we're going to put you in a Marvel movie, and they get this kind of vague idea of what a Marvel movie is, and they sign up with enthusiasm thinking they're going to be a part of this big celebration and this big fun thing that is going on with the Marvel movies and stuff like that, right? So that could also be what's happening. But I got to tell you this. Regardless of what is actually happening here, they have a beautiful opportunity here, chat, okay? How many of you have seen the movie The Room and The Disaster Artist? How many of you guys have seen those films, okay? I gotta tell you, if they did a version of what they did with the Disaster Artist, and it's all about how Dakota Johnson got hoodwinked into thinking she was in a Marvel movie and making maybe one of the worst, most kind of dunked on, memed on, shit on movies that you've ever seen. I think they have a brilliant opportunity here. That movie and the premise of that sounds more interesting to me than the actual Madam Web movie. I mean, you could literally have it from the point of her agent reaching out and like getting the script and, you know, all of her like talking to her friends and then being on the set as they're kind of like pulling this movie together. And then she like keeps trying to try to figure out what's happening here, all the way up until the trailer comes out, and then she has this whole thing with her agency, and then she leaves the agency, and then, you know, what if after the movie comes out and if it bombs, she like goes on this whole big crazy, like, this is what happened, you know, blah, 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 blah. Like, I think they should take these lemons and make some lemonade. I think this is a brilliant opportunity because, you know, here's the other thing about Sony. This bit of news here and this whole meme is literally doing better. It's performing better. It's being shared more on social media. It's literally bigger than the actual like trying to push this movie. I mean, this movie is almost hilariously bad as far as how it's being marketed. Like from the trailer to the goofy ass posters to the weird ass Capri Sun cans to the whole Dakota Johnson, you know, trying to like sort of edge you into going to the film. It's man, it's been something. And so yeah, no, I think they're missing something. I think Dakota Johnson's next project should literally be the Disaster Artist version of being a part of this movie and a part of this universe. So I kind of wanted to put that out there so that maybe we can manifest it together. What do you think? Does that sound like a good? Would you watch that movie, Chad? Is that good? This movie breaking $1 billion its first week. Man, wow. What if this movie performs well? I don't know. I would be shocked, frankly, but yeah, hard skip. Yeah, I mean, look, I've said it before, but I'm not going to see this movie. I know some of you guys are going to see this movie, but like, I'm not going to see this movie. You kidding me? It doesn't even have a cringy, pointless post-credit scene. You're rambling, Josh? Yeah, welcome to the show. God damn it, flipping the bird. Welcome to the show. That's what we do here. Supporting hot women in film means skipping Madam Web. I don't know what that means. Those ladies are very attractive, but they kind of like made them uglier for the movie, which is kind of weird, right? But yeah. Dakota Mai Johnson. Okay, that's going to do it for this topic, chat. Good job. Well done. Okay, we're moving on from that one. All right, here we go. Like I said, you guys are rambling in chat. Jesus Christ. Okay, let's pull up this other thing here. I want to talk a little bit about X-Men 97. Chat, where's the hype level for X-Men 97? How are you feeling? Like, how are you guys? Oh, shit, I just remember we didn't talk about the Warhammer stuff. I was so discombobulated at the beginning of the stream that I forgot to mention all the cool Warhammer stuff. So if you want to, we can do like, I don't know, we can do like 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes on the Warhammer stuff if you want to. If you're feeling it, let me know in chat. Sounds She-Hulk bad, Josh? No, it doesn't. 6 out of 10. 7 out of 10. Who is Supergirl? She's Kal-El's cousin. A 9, a 6, dude, yeah. 3? Frex, you're at a 3 out of 10 with your hype level? Papa, 10 plus hours on Warhammer, please. Oh shit, are we doing that? Are we gonna break into like a 10 plus hour stream about Warhammer? I'd be down. Trying to watch the X-Men animated series, but it's so dated. What? That's an industry spy. Eric Thonius 1109. You're an industry spy. There's no way. Eric H. Thonius, 1109. Must be somebody here to try to lower our expectations. He's trying to gaslight us into thinking that the old show isn't goated. Nah, it's dated. Wait, what? Is it dated? Am I crazy? Old out of man? Or out of man? Out of touch old man? What the hell? You just broke my brain. Bruh, X-Men animated series goated. Yes, see? Thank you. More of that, please. It's not dated? We gotta go to the polls. I can't believe this. You're really kind of shaking the foundations of my whole being, if I'm being honest here. Is the X-Men 90s show dated? Whew. Okay. Put it up into the chat. Eric also thinks She-Hulk is revolutionary. Ooh, is that true? Throated or goated? What the hell is happening in this chat? What is going on in here, man? Sir, do we have a gas leak in the tower? What is going on here? Do you really think Webb will be worse than She-Hulk? Yeah. Yeah, I do. The X-Men guitar riff is the GOAT. Oh, hell yeah, dude. Of course. Josh, Disney better not step in and ruin my favorite childhood cartoon. I'm going to watch it. Yeah, dude, I'll be super pissed if this thing isn't good, for sure. Madam Web is going to be booty cheeks, metaphorically and literally. Oh, shit, says W Crow 03 over on Twitch. Yo, why is it only showing Twitch people in the multi-stream thing? Oh, wait, no, it's showing some others. It's showing some of the Twitter people. What's up, Twitter people? How is it even this close? Yeah, I don't understand. Maybe everyone's just trying to trigger me. I hope that's what it is. Otherwise, like, man, I don't know. I might have to write, like, some haikus about the state of humanity if this poll's accurate. Like, I don't know, bro. Jubilee costume is both dated and timeless. Yes. 100%. Absolutely. Because I'm right. Hey, you don't say that. That's mean. You have a migraine to trigger you. Yeah, that's true, actually. That's true. You guys are a pain in my ass, and I got a pain in my head. It was like, I don't know, it was a dad joke comment. All right, let's talk about this, man. Let's talk about X-Men 97. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. When it comes to X-Men 97, Marvel better not screw this thing up. I think that's where most of us are at right now, which is kind of unfortunate, but that is just kind of the state of affairs. And we got a little scoop from My Cosmic Circus. The X-Men 97 show will reportedly premiere in March. That's interesting. I mean, that's, relatively close. You would imagine we would get some promotion for this show. And we have, somebody told me this before. They showed one of the episodes at Comic-Con last year, or at one of the cons last year, or maybe at a D23, something like that. Isn't that what happened? Like they showed an episode or two, yes? Chat, help me out here. Oh my God, here comes Trev talking about X-Men Evolution. My God, bro. No way. No way. Not promoted. Good at all. I mean, it doesn't really inspire a lot of confidence the way that they've been promoting it and whatnot. From all I've seen is some Marvel Legends figures for X-Men 97, which are super cool. This image and some of the promotional images that kind of came out, they look super cool. I don't mind this filter, right? Just kind of like looking at it right now, and I saw some people doing some comparisons to this versus the old show. It's obviously not going to look like the old show, to the point of stupid Eric butthole face guy. The animation wasn't the best part of that show back in the day. It's not like we were all like, wow, that's like primo animation. It was more just kind of the energy, the spirit of the show. They adapt all of the Chris Claremont stories. So you kind of really get some of the best stuff in a condensed version, of course, for younger audiences. But I was really I appreciated the depth of what they did with the old X-Men show. A lot of crossover stuff. You know, a lot of like multi-chapter arcs that were really, you know, expanding and kind of telling a story over several weeks or several episodes at a time. So there's a lot of like good aspects to it. I don't necessarily think the animation will kill it for me, but I am a little bit concerned. I think number one, it's just the state of Marvel, right? And you know, we keep kind of having the same discussion when it happens, when it comes to the MCU. A bit of that discussion is, hey, so they know things were bad. They've made changes, but they also have a bunch of projects that are going to take, you know, the mentality of things were bad and kind of slam them into we need changes. And some of us are just a little concerned that we won't really see all these MCU changes until we get into the stuff that they're greenlighting like right now. This is maybe years away. I mean, you know, that's kind of the concern is like, is any of this stuff that was produced in the last couple of years really going to be better? Or is it going to be patchworked and kind of given some Band-Aids and maybe be marginally better than an absolute disaster, right? So I think that's one of those things. The other thing for me is like, bro, we haven't seen this shit. That's another thing is like, we haven't seen this. Like, I haven't seen a trailer. I haven't seen an episode. I haven't even seen a scene. You know, I don't know how that's going to work at all. And I guess, according to the rumors, is like they basically used the what if style of animation and they put a filter over it to make it look 2D. And, you know, that's weird. Like, I don't know. You guys tell me how you feel about that. For me personally, I'm like, okay, does it look awful or does it look like good? Like, just show me it, you know, show me it. Show me what it looks like. And I'm a big concern that it'll feel really different than the show that came before. But then, like, there are comments kind of going way back where, you know, apparently the writer's room for this show was only going to include people that were really big fans of the 90s show. So that felt like this kind of baton passing, this like spiritual, you know, just taking that traditional thing and carrying it into the modern. So I really don't know how to feel about it. All I can say is, as a big fan of what this show represented, I personally think there's more on the line for this show than there has been for pretty much every single other Disney Plus show. You know, the WandaVision is good, but it has a shitty ending, but it doesn't like destroy my idea of Wanda or like destroy my idea of Marvel. You know, even some of the really bad shows like Secret Invasion. I mean, Secret Invasion was pretty shaky and pretty bad, and it kind of does reform a lot of your opinions about Marvel in that whole universe. But at the same time, like, I don't know. It somehow, to me, it feels like there's even more on the line for this show. This show was like a gateway drug to being a nerd and to being a comic book fan and to becoming an X-Men fan. This show, and I'm talking about the one in the 90s, it's a big, big deal for a lot of us comic book nerds, man. And so I just kind of feel like there's even more on the line. And if this show is an absolute disaster, it's going to hurt really, really bad. So I don't know. Hopefully we get some promotion. March is just a couple of months away. Hopefully we get some promotion, and then maybe we'll be able to kind of look at it and be like, yo, like, okay, let's go. Because again, there's that expectation from a lot of fans. Maybe some of the delays have been to make sure that it is that good. I mean, that's kind of, again, I feel like we're on a broken record here. We keep kind of cycling back to the same conversation. But it's like, yes, they're aware. They're throwing money at it and maybe trying to fix it, but did they not do that to Quantumania, to Secret Invasion, to the Marvels? It seems like they have done that before. What is the tangible difference between the money, time, and energy that they're going to spend on this show as opposed to the same kind of energy that they've spent on some of the other shows? Because it didn't work before. Maybe Echo is the closest one for me that actually felt like, hey, you kind of Frankenstein this thing, but it's at least enjoyable until the finale. Like, I can actually get down with it until the finale. So, yeah, I don't know. What are your thoughts there, chat? I mean, I guess they just need to release a dope trailer and make sure it looks awesome. And if it doesn't, they should probably just cancel it. You know what I mean? I would accept them canceling it at this point over it coming out and being like really lackluster. That would upset me more. Like, I would certainly be disappointed because I want to watch this show. But man, if I have to choose two scenarios and one of them is not getting this show and the other is getting this show, but it feels disrespectful to the show before. I'm going to choose not having this show. So hopefully I don't have to even come back to that. And when we see the trailer, we can all get super excited about it. You know what I mean? So ooh, that's your update. Ooh, cancel freshman year. I mean, freshman year kind of sounds fun too. I like the idea of Charlie Cox voicing Daredevil in that show. I like it. It's kind of like an alternate universe version of Peter Parker and all that. So yeah. Alex, what's up, man? Says, if people don't like Ahsoka show, then they won't like anything else made by Dave in the future. If it came out right after Mando 2, people wouldn't be as negative. I tend to agree with that. Yeah, I actually do tend to agree with that. But I would also say, like, even as a big fan of Dave's that's been following him for a long time, there's some really good stuff that I like that Dave does, and then there's stuff that I'm not so sure about. And so I think that... you know, for me, it's like I can definitely enjoy a lot of the things that he did right there. And the way he's pushing the lore forward and doing some really cool stuff like that. Like, I think the Abeloth stuff and the Legend stuff is brilliant. But, yeah, there's definitely some misses there. So I don't know if that's strictly the case, but it's possible. It's possible that for some people, they're not going to like Ahsoka. And so they're kind of like saying, you know, I'm not going to like Ahsoka and I'm probably not going to like anything else moving forward that Dave does. That's kind of fair. Like, if you just don't like somebody's style or somebody's, you know, storytelling, yeah, it's probably fair to say you won't like their future stuff, right? Because the opposite's true as well. If you have a favorite director or a favorite comic book writer, you're probably going to pick more of their stuff up because you expect to like it in the way you did their past stuff. So, yeah, that tracks. Appreciate you. Okay, let's see here. The only other thing I really wanted to go over... Oh, we got to talk about Millie. I haven't even talked about Millie yet. Let's get this pulled up here. A Supergirl. Supergirl. Yeah, pretty cool, man. Let me see if I can find a... cool piece of art here for it. Okay. Let's get this pulled up here. And I am happy about this, man. Millie Alcock. That's her name, right? Yeah. She is now the Supergirl of James Gunn's DCU. I think it's a brilliant pick. You know, there have been a lot of rumors that it was down to her and this other gal that I'm not as familiar with. And of course, Millie was really good in House of the Dragon. And it's just kind of funny because apparently Gunn had said that was his kind of first introduction to Millie as well. And he kind of automatically wanted her as Supergirl just based off of watching House of the Dragon, which is cool. You know what I mean? Which is really cool. So it's kind of a feel-good thing. It also kind of keeps her within Warner Brothers too, which is interesting. But I think it's really good casting, man. I thought she gave kind of a captivating performance in House of the Dragon, and I'm excited to see her as Supergirl. Now, the one thing that's a little bit weird about this, and even Matthew Vaughn kind of commented on this. You know, recently he's been doing the rounds because of his Argyle movie. And, you know, even he had said, you know, I think it's a little bit weird that they cast her without a director for the Supergirl movie, right? And a lot of people kind of are extrapolating that to mean that she would perhaps be in Superman Legacy. And Superman Legacy is kind of shaping up like an ensemble cast, right? I mean, that's at least the impression that I'm getting, just kind of following the rumors and the discussions of all of that. It's like, you know, they got a lot of people and they're doing something instead of, you know, having an origin. They're kind of just going to jump right into DC with an established status quo for certain heroes and certain villains. So that's kind of interesting. And I wouldn't mind her being in the Superman Legacy film, but there are other people saying, well, the truth is this movie, Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, is really important for what they want to do, and that movie's going to go into production kind of right alongside or perhaps right after Superman Legacy. So maybe they're just kind of, you know, rolling, and they really want to do that. Now, here's the thing. I have not read this run. I've heard this Supergirl run is fantastic. I believe it's Tom King, right? And I've heard this Supergirl run is absolutely fantastic. And, you know, I'm definitely plan on reading it before we get this movie. And, yeah, I expect it to be pretty damn cool. But I think this is a really great casting choice. And we know very little about the DCU. But the one thing we do know is a lot of the casting choices. And to me, just as a nerd kind of sitting back, like, I like the casting choices. I like the Superman. I like Lois. I like the Jimmy Olsen casting. Like, there's a lot of casting that's going on in this universe that feels on point, feels correct. And so, you know, getting me more interested, getting me more excited for the prospect of this movie and of this universe, man. Gunn really needs to cook, bro. He really needs to cook. And I know there's recently been this kind of interesting thing where, you know, Jeff Snyder, who is a reliable scooper and insider, he said something a couple of weeks ago to the effect that the DCU was a mess or like a total mess. And, you know, I watched him kind of downplay that the following week where he had said, like, you know, everything's a mess until it isn't, you know, and like that sort of stuff. But then I've also seen him say more recently, you guys think I'm lying about all this stuff, but you'll see. And me, you know, I kind of took that to mean like, oh, no, it really is a mess behind the scenes. And yeah, I don't know, you know, as a fan of the genre, as a fan of these characters, like I want Gunn to succeed. And dude, the genre needs like a shot in the arm for sure. And I think, you know, having a really strong DC cinematic universe, having a really strong Superman, Justice League, all that sort of stuff would really be good for the entire space of comic book movies. It would elevate the entire space, I think, and kind of, you know, maybe put Kevin Feige a little bit on his toes, you know, allow him to feel the pressure a little bit and kind of try to, you know, make some adjustments and changes. The history of DC and Marvel has been a lot of that. You know, there's a lot of underhanded stuff between those two companies. Those two companies tend to copy each other quite a bit. Even the Marvel's Ultimate Universe, which is so far very successful for Marvel Comics, is apparently being copied by DC, and they're going to do a whole new kind of Ultimates DC universe with really top shelf writers and artists. So like that's just the way that it goes. It's going to be a copycat kind of game probably till the end of time. And in that sense, if the DCU resonates with people, does some stuff that is, you know, rewarded by the audience, perhaps Marvel and Feige could take a look at that and try to extrapolate out how to make those changes over at Marvel Studios as well. So there's a lot riding on this. I think the worst possible scenario is that Legacy is bad and underperforms. And I mean, you know, nobody wants that. I mean, maybe there are some people that want that. I would say maybe some Snyder fans that still just kind of can't let that shit go would want that or whatever. But I don't want that. You know, I want it to succeed. I want it to be great. I want to have a great time. You know, and obviously, like James Gunn and I have, you know, a little bit of history, had a little bit of a tiff, you know, on social media. But regardless of all of that, I would like to be able to walk out of that movie, make a video that praises it and talks about how dope it is, you know, and obviously reference, you know, the history and the past that we have. And then in the stream, you know, it would be so funny because, look, all this stuff's just like the story. We make content for a living. A lot of the things that you do and the experiences that you have become just like a part of the story. And, you know, chat will absolutely love giving it to me if I really enjoy the movie and yet had that interaction with him or whatever. Yeah, I would love that. I would love to be able to have a stream after that where we're all celebrating it and we're already, we're kind of like joking and kind of like laughing about the past. However, I will also come ready to cook myself in a full chef uniform and a rack of spices. Because if that shit sucks, I'm going to cook in that stream. That's going to be 2 hours of flaming the movie, flaming Gunn, and going hard AF. So, look, pick your poison, choose your own adventure. Either way, we're ready to go. But I would prefer the first option. I would frankly prefer if this shit came out and was fire. Because if not, I'll have to go buy an actual chef's uniform and cook myself. So, I don't know. I wonder, what do you guys think? What do you think of this casting choice? What else is going on with DC? I haven't been paying attention to like all the little rumors and all the little things that are going on. What do you guys think? Are you excited? Excited about Millie as Supergirl? I think it's dope. You mean an apron? No, bro. I mean a full-on chef, like a chef hat, a nice white chef, kind of uniform thing, a rack of spices. I'm going to Salt Bay. Like every time I have like a fire burn on the movie, I'm going to like Salt Bay that shit. Dude, I've been thinking about it. I already read the script. So, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I'm just happy that it's not Millie Bobby Brown. You scared me? Yeah. Don't be afraid. You'll be all right. Tom King writing, not so much. Yeah, Tom King is kind of a controversial figure in comic book writing. I think he's done some incredible work. I think he's done some really controversial things. It is weird how much Gunn seems to be like relying on him and leaning on Tom King. But as somebody that has enjoyed a lot of Tom King stuff, I don't know. I have mixed feelings about it. Like the Mr. Miracle stuff is like, it's redonkulously good, I haven't read a lot of Tom King Batman. I'm not a huge DC guy, so I haven't read that. I haven't read his Supergirl. I know some of the things that he did in his Batman run, and I'm like, okay, that's a big head scratcher. But it's an industry of sometimes doing crazy things for attention, and making it all wild. So I don't know. It is interesting though. Love the casting, but she's a mouth breather in Hot D, so it kind of irks me. What? She's a mouth breather? Dude, you guys pick up on and mention some of the wildest stuff, man. What do you mean by that? She's a mouth breather? Like she's literally breathing through her mouth into the mic and you were like freaking out about it? My God, bro. Can you imagine? You know what? I got to say, I feel like a lot of these Hollywood people need to try streaming a little bit. Y'all need to try streaming a little bit. Y'all need to be in the moment, live, in front of all these people, and have some shit like that come into your brain and have to process it in real time. You need to go through that because it's amazing. It's amazing. She can breathe on me, says Shreddy. Well, there you have it. There you have it. Okay. All right. So this has been a good stream. Really appreciate everybody. Thanks for the love and the support. Mouth breather, breathe on me. Yeah. You're supposed to breathe through your nose, Josh. Everyone knows that. Yes, Trinity. I know that. Everyone knows that. Oh, boy. Hey, by the way, Trinity, did you read Unity yet? I haven't gotten a text message that was like, dude, wow, Unity's so good, bro. Dude, you're such a good writer, bro. Oh, my God, I love your shit, bro. Trinity, where's that text message, man? What's going on here? Josh, Sydney Sweeney Hot Ones watch party? Not today. I don't think I can handle the absolute riz that would be coming from all of you fine gentlemen in chat. That kind of, that alpha Chad, giga Chad, pure testosterone riz coming from you guys might just be a little bit too much for me today. So, we're gonna delay that indefinitely. But thanks for the, thanks for the, jeez. Bro, Tom King Batman is pretty solid. I've heard it's good. I heard it's ups and downs. Some people didn't like certain things, but yeah. Let us cook, Josh. Oh, I'm gonna let you cook, chat. You know, do your thing here. And really your nose is just supplemental oxygen intake compared to your mouth. You learn something every day. You learn something every day. Say something nice about the prequels. Banch, Natalie Portman. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Another educational day here at Nerdvengers Tower, man. Y'all taking my comment too seriously. Mouth breather. Is this a funny observation? That's all. Literally said I love the casting. I know, bro, but come on, man. That is a little wild. Like, yes, of course, chat's doing their thing. But at the same time, that is a little bit wild. You know, it's just an odd detail. You know, it's just an odd detail. Like, it would be like you being like, you know, like I like the Millie casting, but her second toe's a little longer than her big toe, and I hate that. You know what I mean? And we'd all be like, what the fuck, bro? Like, what? What? Like, that's kind of what that felt like to me. So is mine. Yeah. Whoa, that's something to actually hate. Wait, what? Whoa, see? Here we go. Here we go, chat. Here we go, chat. Buy some of that mouth tape when you sleep or you're not mouth breathing. Yeah, no, that's actually probably a good idea. How long ago was X-Men 97? What, when we were talking about it? I don't know, 20 minutes ago or something like that. I never thought of it mean literally mouth breathing. It means a pleb. Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Thoughts on Batman and the new Suicide Squad game? Oh my god. You want my thoughts on this? Yeah, so this whole Suicide Squad game thing is really weird. It's really bizarre. I've never seen so many people like just blatantly leaking like the end of a game. Like, it's massive spoilers. You know what I mean? Like, massive spoilers, huge spoilers. And yet the resounding energy seems to be like, nah, that's just deserved. Screw this game. Screw this company. This is outrageous. You know what I mean? And yeah, I mean, it looks to be that way. It certainly looks to be that way. I guess I'm a little out of the loop on this. You help me out here, chat. Is the game called Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League? Is that what the game is called? I'm out of the loop. Is that what it's called? That's the title. Right. So what's happening right now? I mean, look, is it disrespectful? For sure. Is it a messed up thing to do to a character that people beloved? Absolutely. Is it such a outrageous thing on social media that like people at DC had to come out and basically say, whoa, that's not actually Conroy's last performance. His last performance is going to be this other thing. Don't panic, like this shit. Yeah, no, it is all of that. I guess I just don't get it. But the other thing that I thought was really wild was the people that were trying to like stand up for the game. Because even me, I'm like, yeah, sure, I could see a little bit how this is a little bit of a weird thing to be outraged about, but also like I watched that clip, it did make me mad. You know what I mean? Like, it did make me mad. And so I also just kind of find it weird, like some of the accounts that are like, dude, the Suicide Squad hate is so forced and all this other stuff. I mean, like, I don't know, maybe to a degree, but also like just not having a lot of context. Yeah, no, I didn't like that. But I was never going to play that stupid game anyways. I don't know. Like, what are we doing here? Was this game supposed to be awesome? Because it's made by the same team that did the other games? Like, is that what's going on? I guess I'm just not sure why. Maybe I'm missing a piece of the story. Like, was the story essentially like, hey, there's backlash, but don't worry? Like, is this a Kevin Smith situation where he was like, hey guys, don't worry, it's not gonna shit on He-Man, you know, like those leaks, those rumors were wrong, and then all of a sudden, like, they kind of are provably like not wrong, and everybody gets really mad, because that I could understand. Is that what happened? Like, did leaks come out like that, and then the company basically try to gaslight everybody, and then people felt vindicated in being like, you're not actually going to be able to gaslight us, and here's why this game's horrible and shitty? Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. Well, I guess that makes a little bit more sense, right? Conroy is going to be in the 3 of the Crisis on Infinite Earth animated movie. Oh, that's dope. That's dope. Hell yeah. I mean, look, here's what I'll say. I think studios in general, and I think this is just where the fans are at. Dude, like, fans and, chat and social media and all these sort of things, like, these things kind of ebb and flow, and it's really interesting to watch the evolution of this. I brought this up on Twitter the other day. It came out in an article that the creators of the Netflix version of the Avatar show had removed sexism from one of the characters. And one of the characters begins really sexist, ends up like learning a lot from female people down the line. It goes on this crazy arc of actually becoming like really balanced in his thinking and becoming a good leader, right? And the show and the Netflix producers came out and said they had removed that. Maybe I should like find the quote here. What was the actual quote they said where they were like, yeah, let's see here. Okay, here it is. We took out the element of how sexist Sokka, is that how you say the name? Was. I feel like there were a lot of moments in the original show that were iffy. Yeah, totally adds on the actor. There are things that were redirected just because it might play a little bit differently in live action. Okay. And to my surprise, dude, people were shitting on this like almost universally, especially a lot of fans of the show. It's pronounced Sokka. Sokka? Okay, gotcha. So now this is refreshing. Not because, like, sexism equal cool, but because character who begins sexist equals potential character development. Right? So the whole idea here is that a lot of people were bringing up that this optics seal-clapping weird idea that we're going to help the issue or bring justice to the world via taking this thing that equal bad out of the show was pretty universally rejected by a lot of different people. And that's awesome. Because I don't even think, like, even a couple of years ago, I don't think that would have happened. People were so afraid, and a lot of people still are, to say the wrong thing or to say something that will put them in a bad bucket that other people will denigrate or call them an ist or a phobe and stuff like that. So it's like interesting and refreshing that this idea is like really, really rejected. I tend to believe that a lot of this is like really reductive, elitist Hollywood thinking. It's really like it comes from the mind of people that are not thinkers. You know what I mean? And so they just want to, they think this is good thing, therefore it is good thing, and then, they kind of propagate it through media. And the whole point here is like that shit wouldn't have happened years ago. It's interesting to watch how the fan bases have turned against that. In a similar vein, this whole thing with Gotham and the whole thing of subverting expectations. I do think there was a time when subverting fan expectations was a little bit like either more acceptable or at least not rejected the same way that it is now. And just like with this whole sexism thing in that show, I think that a lot of people on the internet, maybe a lot of people in general, have kind of come around to this understanding that, yeah, subverting expectations just kind of feels cheap and lazy, and it's actually not what I want as a fan. And maybe that's just like a natural flow. You do something for a while, audiences fatigue of it, and maybe want something else. So I think a lot of stuff has been subverting expectations and playing with that theme for years and years and years. And I think fans are just over it. I would suggest that they are. And so the reaction to this Batman movie, while maybe a little bit theatrical and maybe a little bit overblown, because again, it is called Kills the Justice League or whatever. Hey, that's still a data point, and that is still the audience speaking. So, you know, it's probably less about the success of this individual game here, because this game is probably not going to be successful. I don't know, maybe it will be. I don't get the feeling that it will be. I see a lot of people shitting on it. But maybe a word of caution. Perhaps just one more signal to the people that control these IPs and these stories that, yeah, audiences are not, they're not really into that anymore. And they kind of want to return to the more traditional elements. They want the aspects of the thing that they first fell in love with to be represented in the new version of it. Yeah. So that's kind of the take on that. I also wonder, guys, does this make us feel like maybe we now understand why the original creators left the show? You know, and I don't know what kind of a deal or what happened exactly. Like, do those people even have the ability to speak honestly about why they did walk away from the show? But for me personally, it's beginning to feel a little like, oh, I might understand a little bit more now why those original creators walked away. Calvin says no, because Brian and Mike wanted more changes. Okay, is that like pretty well documented? Did they do like some interviews on that? Because I don't know. You know what I mean? I'm just speculating. I do not know. Why does this keep happening? What do you mean? Why does what keep happening? Josh, I likes ya and wants ya. Okay, thanks. I appreciate that. But don't yell at me with the cap locks, you know? That's not nice. Let's take it down take it down a couple notches. All our favorite IP keep getting obliterated. Yeah, I think that, like I said, it's a cyclical thing. It's just that we're in this cycle right now of old thinking running into new expectations. That's pretty much what it is. So for a while, maybe this was cool. I think writers tend to want to shock and awe and put their own stamp on it. So there's a little bit of a kind of ego thing that comes in from creative where, you know, like it's the Rian Johnson effect. You don't want to just come in and do Star Wars. You want to come in and do the Star Wars nobody will be able to stop talking about. You want to do the Rian Johnson thing. You want to kind of establish your own thing. And if that supersedes the desire to do what the fans want, you're gonna kind of conflict. So I think that's why it keeps happening. But we'll see, because I think a lot of stuff might be heading back in a traditional direction. I mean, comics feel like they are in some ways, and that seems to be resonating. Some shows, I think, are. And you look at like the One Piece, right? The One Piece live action show, you have Oda there consulting and being heavily involved, and people feel it represents the spirit of the anime like really well. So yeah, it's just a cyclical thing. But I will say, like, obviously we're in that stage. Like, you can't just deny that that's happening. Of course that's happening. And dude, they need to figure that out, because they are the people, like these studios and the companies, they are the ones that control this IP that is valuable to people. So it's sort of incumbent on them to read the fucking room, you know, and realize that, yeah, this shit is not going well. But that's what I mean, right? To take it all the way back to this is like, dude, it's great that everybody was like, oh, no, that's ridiculous. That you're not going to get any love from me for doing that. So this thing you thought you were going to do that was going to get all this praise is getting a bunch of hate. And that's great. Like, that's fantastic. That's how we move forward. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's the take. I guess that was a little long-winded. But that's the take with the whole Suicide Squad thing. Okay, guys, I'm going to read through the Soupy Chats, member chats. Then we're going to draw for the GameStop gift card. And then we're going to get on out of here, okay? Because I still got this headache, and I gotta go lay freaking down. You know what I mean? Okay, Chris Rogers, welcome to the Nerd Vengers. Welcome back, buddy. Chillin' says, I have hope for Pedro. I'll be in the minority. It's cool. Did you see Matthew Vaughn wants to do Superman Red with Cavill? That'd be sick. Nerd Vengeance for life. Take my money. That would be brilliant, dude. It's an incredible Elseworld. One of my favorite Elseworlds with Superman. I really like Speeding Bullets Batman too, where he was he lands in Gotham. That one's really cool. But of course, Red Son's really good. I like the animated movie they did of Red Son. Batman in the Russian hat is really cool. Very cool imagery. So yeah, and dude, with Cavill, of course, that would be amazing. Millsy says, would you sign my Funko Pop? Yeah, absolutely. Sign your Funko Pop. Hit me up in the DMs or come up to me at a con or something. I'll sign it for you. Rhett says with the 10 spot, I can only imagine how good the Batman and Nightwing casting will be. If I had a fan cast, I'd say Wes Bentley as Batman, Wolfgang Novogratz for Nightwing. Yeah, if they stick with the philosophy they've had so far, I'm really excited to see all the casting choices. Like, it just has really seemed on point, the casting choices. So, I'm excited. I'm excited for more. I hope they get Alan Rickman as Batman, dude. I want it. I want it. Red Sun kind of got old quick. How dare you? And thanks for the 10, Red. I really appreciate that. Rosie says, do you really think Webb will be worse than She-Hulk? I do. That is a great question for chat, though. And also, how dare you guys? How dare 46% of you say the X-Men 90 show is outdated? God damn it. God damn it, chat. You said Alan Rickman dead. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I meant. All right. I want to see this. Which one will be worse? She-Hulk. Mad Dome. Web. I'm interested in what you guys think of that. Red says, my top choice for Batman is Alan Ritchson. Dude is built as Ben Affleck. He's a beast in Reacher and could bring the same physicality to the DCU as Bats. Hell yeah, I agree, and definitely not Snape. That guy's dead, bro. Alex says, if people don't like Ahsoka, then they won't like anything else made by Dave in the future. If it came out right after Mando, 2 people would not be as negative. I mean, I tend to agree with this, but, Ahsoka could have been way better. I feel like if Ahsoka was just 20% better, people, I don't know. I mean, some people I do think were kind of just, out to hate it. For sure. I think there's some, there's some grifters. And even if there's not grifters, there's some people that are either, like, they just already decided. You know what I mean? They just already decided they're not going to like the show. But that's fine. I mean, you're always going to have that. But I think if the show, like, I'd like to believe if the show is a masterpiece, you would have had people from both of those camps that maybe were like, all right, well, this is pretty good. This is pretty good. But, yeah, I don't know. Hard to say. Vinny says, is the OT dated? I mean, I don't think so. I don't think so. Andrew says, howdy, subbed on Twitch and have YouTube Premium. What helps the channel more? Watching on Twitch or YouTube? Both help. I mean, it's just more on you, man. It's going to just depend on what do you like to do. I do want to try to do some streams just on Twitch, like maybe some gaming streams just on Twitch. I'd like to kind of grow the Twitch a little bit. But I think until there's some actual really big news or something really big that we want to do with a stream, you probably won't see huge numbers on any of the other platforms other than YouTube, right? YouTube is just kind of the hub where most of our people are. So until we crack into something or do something crazy that's gonna be bigger than just a news stream or whatever, it's more about what's good for you. Mike says, if I sub on Twitch, do I still get a YouTube badge? You'll get the badge, but if you drop your sub here and you sub over there, it'll like restart. You know what I mean? Doc's about to start streaming. Oh, hell yeah. I'm excited. I love watching Doc stream. What's he streaming today? I was going to just do a Pal World stream today. Like, I was super close to just doing a Pal World stream. But the problem is, like, I would have probably streamed for, like, hours and hours playing Pal World. And, like, I actually have a lot that I want to do today. So I want to kind of, like, just try to get this headache taken care of and then get a bunch of work done when I wake up. Hello, Josh. Hello. Yava. What's up? It's been a while, buddy. See, he can't stream 10 hours. I could stream 10 hours. You think I can't? I could. Josh, I hope to not step on toes, but you really should give Theory a call off screen. He seems really hurt that you guys haven't talked since the last Nerd Theory stream. We have talked, and I've tried to talk to him more. Unless he changed his number or something. I've texted him several times. I also emailed him too. So. But will we get Billy Maguire for the accurate black suit? What do you mean? I'm not sure what you mean. Doc is always depressed after playing COD and keeps coming back. I know, but you can't argue with the numbers. What did you talk about at the top of stream? What did we talk about at the top of stream? All I know is that the stream like wasn't working at first, and I was like super triggered. Billy? What? Bit after 10 hours and 1 minute, Josh sleeps. You should do back in the old days of Marvel Snap on stream. Dude, I actually just started getting back into Marvel Snap. I'm having a lot of fun playing Marvel Snap right now, to be honest with you. Josh, what's your take on the Ahsoka versus Andor discussion? I think people that like Andor, generally speaking, are people that are not Star Wars fans first. If you're a fan of just like good shows or good movies more than you are a Star Wars fan, then I can absolutely understand why you like Andor. Andor's like an Andy Sorkin show with its kind of depth, dialogue. I would argue the cinematography is really good. Like, the parts that make Andor up are polished, good, well-crafted. Star Wars, to me, has always been something that's some is more than its parts. You know, like the OT doesn't have dialogue that's mind-blowing. It never ever has any like one thing that is so exceptional. I mean, maybe besides the visual effects for what they were at the time, that is so kind of over the top, undeniably great that like that's the thing propelling the whole thing forward. Star Wars is a thing that almost works in spite of itself. The sum of Star Wars is greater than the parts that are put together. It's like this weird fantasy, modern myth alchemy. And there's a particular vibe and a feeling that comes with Star Wars. Andor does not do that. So for me, as somebody that's a Star Wars fan first, I reject Andor because it's not Star Wars. While also understanding that a lot of the pieces that are put into the show probably work for a lot of people and people really enjoyed it. I think it's really interesting that Andor was pretty much rejected by audiences. I mean, it was viewed very low. I know some of you guys don't believe that, but it was like shockingly low numbers on Andor. And I guess I just wonder, for the people that enjoy it, you know, I just wonder how big that group is. What is that group exactly? And I bet even Lucasfilm is curious as to why Andor didn't resonate more, you know? Because I think they put a lot into it. I think they spent a lot of money on the show, and it just didn't perform. And it just wasn't accepted by a lot of the fandom. You know, I would argue that's because it's not Star Wars. You know? So that's kind of the take. That's the take. But it started to, over time, I mean, did it get more viewers the more they tried to sort of put it out on other platforms and as it accumulated watch time? Kind of, not really. Like, there were some weeks where it dipped so low, and this is with more episodes, that the only way you can actually look at that data accurately is that even fewer people were watching it. It picks up towards the end, perhaps because some of those people were waiting to binge, and you get a little of an uptick there. But there's no way to spin the Andor numbers to make it a success. At least from what I've seen. Like, there's just no way to spin it. It was a massive failure. What was the original beef between you and Theory? There is literally no beef. This is what's crazy. There is literally no beef. I have like no ill will towards the guy whatsoever. I think the source of his frustration is that I didn't give him a lot of heads up, and that I walked away from the show kind of what would appear to be like out of nowhere. That's it. Like, that's literally it. And by the way, I even have empathy for him on that. I'm like, yeah, no, I get it. That's kind of fucked up. I mean, at some point you'd probably like be like, if you're really friends with somebody, at some point you'd probably be like, okay, so I am butthurt about this, but at the same time, like, what's up? Like, let's talk this through. Maybe not. Maybe that'll never happen, but it's not gonna not happen because of me. I've been really open about it. I even texted him and apologized, So, yeah, there's literally no beef. Like, there was like zero beef. I probably know the guy better than anybody. And I like the guy. You know what I mean? So, no beef. Yeah, but you have a kid and bigger plans for yourself. That's something an adult should understand and have no hard feelings about. I mean, yeah, no, I agree with it. I agree with that. But also, like, you got to let people process things, the way they're going to process things, It doesn't, like, I don't think it's very useful to make all these, like, weird judgments and assume all of these different things. I think humans suffer a lot because of their imagination and their memory. And a lot of people suffer way more inside their own mind than they actually do in the world. So all I can really say is that there's no ill will or suffering going on in like my internal world. And I am here and I genuinely love the guy and I root for the guy, and yeah, that's it. That's pretty much all I can do. His diehards just want to drum up drama because a grift wars is bad. Well, I think, and we talked about this even the night that we did the last show. I think that for some people, they really liked that show because the dynamic was, I was able to kind of pull out interesting notes, let's say, from Theory. And I think if you're a big fan of Theory, right? If you're just a fan of that guy, then you probably like the show that he and I did more than maybe some of the stuff he's doing now, because I was also a fan of the guy. And so, especially early on, there was like this kind of almost, I was almost a surrogate for chat of trying to peel behind the curtain and trying to get some answers and trying to get to the bottom of some of these thoughts and ways of thinking, And to be honest with you, I haven't watched a lot of his new stuff, but I would imagine just from the cast of characters, that's probably not what's going on. So maybe that's part of it. But hey, man, time heals all wounds, and I don't have any ill will in my heart. You know what I mean? A bunch of drama queens up in here. Dude, of course. But I mean, drama is, again, like if I was, because I can see it from both sides, right? I can see chat and, even before I left the show, there was all this like going from mommy to daddy kind of energy with certain folks where they wanted to be the person to bring, like, dad said this or, mom said this, as a way to kind of, I don't know, drum up drama or drum up conflict or whatever. But it's also like we're streaming. So I totally get it. Because again, if I was in Tim the Tatman's chat, right? I might literally say, like, Tim, crazy. Doc has 10,000 more viewers than you, and he's playing Wordle. Or some shit, right? And it's like this super toxic, like, I would be like, Tim, like, fuck, you know what I mean? Like, all that kind of stuff. Or maybe I'd hit Tim up and be like, Tim, like, I'm only here because Doc's not streaming, or some shit like that, right? And it's like, look, is that a nice thing to say? Are we being life-giving when we say that shit? No. But at some level, like, let's just not take it that seriously. It's Internet Thunderdome. It's streaming. We're just having fun here. So yeah, that's the take. I don't even know if what I said just made sense. I have a splitting headache right now. I'm a little disassociated. I'm trying to like give you the juice, but I don't know if I did. Is there a way to get my hands on a Unity copy? Not currently. I am going to be launching the Second Chance Kickstarter relatively soon. I wanted to do it this week. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get to it this week, but I'm going to try. I gotta get off this stream. I gotta go try to take a nap, take some medicine. Hopefully this headache goes away, and then maybe I can crunch some numbers and get it sorted for you. I will say though, if you're a Kickstarter backer, go check out the actual Kickstarter, because you have a link to read Unity Chapter 1 right now. I was talking to Paul about this yesterday because I was like, bro, did you read Unity yet? I was like, I'm not trying to be that guy, but like, did you read my comic book, you fucking butthole? Tell me it's great right now. You know? And he was like, I didn't get an email. And I realized there are some people that maybe aren't like on Kickstarter a lot. So they're not even getting the emails of the updates and whatnot. So what I have to do now is go in there and make sure I actually email everybody that turned in a survey so that they know they have a copy of Unity, you know? So I'm going to try to figure that out as well. Any chance of a future reunion with Theory? Oh, hell yeah. Of course. I'd be super open to it. What are the X-Men 27-year-old poll results, Josh? Eric, you butthole. They are way worse than I thought, but I still won. Any Moon Knight news? Nah, man. No Moon Knight news right now. Be cool to get some Moon Knight news, though. I feel like news is kind of slow right now. Despite some things happening here and there, like, things are, I thought we would be getting more news in January. You know what I mean? That's what I thought. I thought we would be getting more news in January. So it's been a little bit, I am a Unity backer, not on the Discord, though. Reading Chapter 1 right now. Hell yeah, John. Hell yeah. Talk some Bad Batch when it comes out. I'm open to that for sure. We ain't getting shit. Dude, it's wild, right? I think there's a lot of cooking going on behind the scenes. You know what I hope, though? You know what I secretly am hoping, Kendall? I am secretly hoping that FEIGE is fixing the leak problem. I'm hoping that the leakers are not getting the info that they used to get. And I'm hopeful that that whole thing has slowed down. Which might seem counterintuitive because we cover a lot of leaks and stuff like that, but I kind of want to transition away from that. And I think it's okay to like talk about rumors and speculate and have fun, but that's not the same thing as like, oh, here's this rumor. Nope, that's actually not true because the two scoopers said that's actually this. You know, just like over and over and over again. Last year, you was very pro leaker. I have certainly transitioned from being very pro leaks to, okay, this is getting a little old. Okay, there might be actually some damage being done to the fan base, to the point where I'm at now, where like, bro, I would pay these scoopers to stop if I could. But I don't think they would stop. I would pay them to stop. So I think it's doing that much damage. But it's a tough one. It's a tough one. Do you watch Emergency Awesome? Seems like he gets a lot of his info from you. I don't watch Charlie a lot. I will say, and this is going to sound super, I don't know, it's probably going to sound a little egotistical. I think some of the OGs probably just know the truth of this. I think there are a lot of people that watch me kind of secretly and take let's call it inspiration from the things I say. And I mean, we've kind of seen this over the years. Some of it's actually like, I consider it to be flattering. You know, I'm like your favorite YouTuber's favorite YouTuber to steal from. You know what I mean? And you know, I don't care at all. Like, I actually think it's dope. It's kind of like low key influence. You know what I mean? And happy to have it, and happy to respect it, and try to do good with it, because you guys take care of me. You know what I mean? Like, real talk. You guys take care of me, and community strong, cash flow strong, feel good. You know, that's all we can do. So, I appreciate you guys. I got to get on out of here, though. This head is a hurting. Okay? Much love to y'all, man. Oh, wait. Let's do the giveaway. Who's getting the $200 GameStop gift card? Let me figure this out. I think it's this one. Okay, so let's check it out. Let's check it out. 962 current members. Really appreciate that, guys. All right, 962. Okay. Let me see here. Can I make this larger so you guys can actually see it? Okay. Bada boom, bada bing, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get ready to find out who will be the winner of the $200 GameStop gift card. 758. Okay, so then what's going on? What happened to my mouse? Okay, here we go. Let's find out. 758. Who's number 758? Ooh, here it is. It's Will Parker. Oh my God, Will Parker. Are you in the chat, my friend? Because you just won the $200 GameStop gift card. Oh, hell yeah. Will Parker. Will Parker. Will Parker. Will? Hey, Will. My man. Will, hit me up, brother. Get me a message on Twitch or Twitter or on Discord. I probably won't get back to you until after my nap, but I got your gift card right here, buddy. And we will do another drawing on Friday. So look forward to that. Okay, everybody. Much love. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for your time, attention, generosity, and love, and hate, and jokes. It all matters. I appreciate you guys. All right. As I always say, I hope you're having an awesome and a nerdy day, and I'll see you in the next. Oh my God, chat. What the video? Is everybody gone? Did everybody leave? Yeah, my brain was toast. This, I don't know. Someone give me a recap. Did we do okay? I just don't even know. It was a wild one. It was a wild one. But I try to show up as much as I possibly can. Appreciate you guys. For real. All right. I'll see you guys on Friday's stream. It's going to be a good one. Hey, you're outdated. All right, everybody. Open up that third eye. Especially if you think somehow the old X-Men show was outdated. Open up that third eye. Just open it on up. And wash out your stinky butt. Oh! Hey, thanks for the 5 gifted. Oh, my God. Thanks, Rosie. Appreciate you, bro. Take care, guys.